Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you how to play the 3 to 6 player game Deep Sea Adventure by Oink Games. So in this game you are poor explorers trying to get rich quickly by going undersea and looking for treasure. However, you are all rivals, but you couldn't afford your own submarine, so you decided to pool all your money together and buy a single submarine because that's all you could afford, which is right here. You can also only afford one tank of air, so you kind of all have to share that. So, in this game, you're just trying to go underwater and hopefully not die, and hopefully your rivals don't screw you on the way down and up back into the submarine. So I'm going to set up for a 3-player game here. So your submarine looks like this, and you have a tank of air marked 25 right here. So you put that here, and you're going to shuffle up the tokens. These triangle ones, they're marked level 1. Sorry for the glare. There's actually a single dot on there to mark them level 1, but they're all triangles. Level 2 over here, they're squares. Level 3, these pentagons. And level 4, these hexagons. They have differing point values. So 0 to 3 over here, 4 to 7, 5 through 8, and I think this one is 12 through 15. No, not 5 through 8. 8 through 11, then 12 through 15. Here, there we go. So I'm going to set up for a 3-player game. You take your air marker, which is this white cube, put it on the 25, and your meeples right here. So pick your lovely, interesting meeples. So I'm going to pick my red one here. So the meeples, you can see, have a front here and a back, which is their backpack. This is actually very important for later in the game because it designates which direction you are going. Mostly you're going forward, but backward works too. Okay, so on your turn, what you do is you take these 2 dice. They're D3s. They're marked 1, 2, and 3 twice on each side. So there's 2 3s on one die and so on. So you roll it, but before you roll it, there's some things you have to do. First, you have to decide the direction you're going. So in this case, you just say, I'm going forward. Then you roll the dice. This is important because later on, you can decide to go backwards, going back towards the ship to maybe claim your treasure. Because you can get treasure on the way out. But if you don't get back to the submarine to place them there, they're not yours. You know, you don't get to keep them. So maybe you decide later to go backwards. The important thing is that if you decide to go backwards is that you can't go back out. So if you decide to go backwards, you're going backwards until you get back to the ship, and then you're going to pass every turn. Well, not pass. You'll roll, but you won't leave. Okay? So I'm not sure if you roll if you leave. Maybe you just pass. In any case, you go backwards. So the first thing you do, so I decide I'm going to go forward. I'm going to roll these 2 dice. Okay, so 4. There you go. Yellow player, I'm going to move him first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you land on a treasure chip, you can choose to do one of 3 things. You can do nothing, meaning just pass your turn, you're good. You can do, the second thing you can do is that you can pick up the treasure. So say, I'm going to pick this up, and you're going to put one of these blank chips where you were, signifying that you picked up the treasure. Once you pick up a treasure, do not turn it over. Just keep it face down, keep it in front of you, and that's good. That will be your ruins chip, meaning this is one of the treasures that you find during the game. It won't be treasure until you get it back to the submarine, but for now it's a ruins chip. So there. And the third thing you can do is that if you land on a blank piece, the third thing is open to you, meaning you can choose one of your treasure chips, any level, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and put it where the blank chip was. So you're just returning a treasure. You're like, I'm going to put this back. And that's it. You just put the blank chip away. There's a reason for that, which will become more apparent later. So for now, he's going to take this ruins chip. So the next player's turn, he says he's going to go forward, and he's going to roll, and he rolls a 5. So blue player's going to go 1, 2, 3. And since players in this game cannot share space, nor can they move through a space, you just skip the next player. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, you just don't count the space the other player is in. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see how fast it would be if there's more players, how fast you can really get to the end. Okay, so the next player was go. He's going to skip his turn. He's like, no, I'm not going to pick this up because the point value here is low, 0 to 3. Okay, so you're going to roll here. He also gets a 5. The red player also gets a 5. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. He's also not going to pick this up. The yellow player now, this is what happens once you have a ruins chip in front of you. So before the yellow player goes, first he decides the direction. He's going to go forward. Now he has 1 ruins chip. So he says, okay, I have one ruined ship, so the air level goes down because now he's carrying something and it takes more effort to do so. Now he's going to roll. He rolls a 4. Now, since he is carrying a ruined ship, that's weight. So you just subtract the number of ruined ships you have from the number you rolled. So this is 4 minus 1. There's a dot on this, just signifying level 1. Just subtract the number of ruined ships physically. So if I had 2 level 4s, it's 2. Okay, so here you go. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So he will move 3. 1, 2, 3. He decides to pick this one up as well. Okay, now the next player goes. He says go forward. Then he rolls his dice. 3. Goes 1, 2, 3. And he decides to pick this up. Okay. So that's the blue player. So the next player decides to go forward again. And he rolls a 2. There's 1, 2. And he decides not to pick that up. Now the yellow player goes, now he has 2 ruined ships. So the air goes down by 2. So what happens with these ruined ships is if you run out of air, if you're outside the submarine when the submarine runs out of air, you sink and die. And all the ruined ships you picked up get sent to the bottom of the ocean. So you take all your ruined ships, stack them by 3s, your choice in order, but stack them by 3s and put them at the end. Okay? If you have more than 3, just stack 3, then 4, and then the next player will stack on that, as long as there's stacks of 3s going to the end. This is important because if anyone ever gets to the end on one of your ruined ships and decides to pick it up, they pick up all of them, and since they're in a stack, they count as 1 chip, which is good. There's a lot of points for a chip. Any case, yellow is going to go forward, but he has 2 ruined ships, so the air goes down by 2. So he rolls. So he rolls a 2. Unfortunately, he has 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0, so he's not moving this turn. He decides to return one of his chips to here. Takes the blank chip away, and good. So you keep doing this until eventually you'll run out of air. And whoever is left back at the submarine gets to keep all their treasure by turning them over and keeping their points. Everyone who's still outside loses all their ruined ships by stacks of 3s into the end of the ocean. Then you take all the spaces with the blank chips, you remove them, this one, and you consolidate the board. So you can see if more treasure is picked up, the shorter the board's going to get, the closer that you'll get to more better treasure. And that's the game, really. Deep Sea Adventure. You just keep doing that for several rounds to get the most points. You can just do it for 1 round and that's fine. You can do it for 3. And yeah, that's Deep Sea Adventure. It's a very quick game, and you can really set up the board however you like. I set it up this way so it fits on the screen, but you can set it up just a straight line, or maybe just in a big circle. Maybe have it circle the submarine. Up to you. It's really your choice in how you want to set up the board. And it's a really fun game of just trying to screw your opponents to see how far you'll go and how far you'll take to get there. So let me explain very quickly. Let's say the red player chooses to turn around, he turns his meeple around, so the backpack is facing forward, so he looks like he's going back to the ship. Then he rolls the dice, goes 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You still have your choices when you land on this, but now you're just going backwards. So maybe you want to pick it up, maybe you want to return a treasure, that's fine. And that's it. That's the game. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if I missed something in this, if you know how to play this game and I missed it, please let me know. I'll be glad to answer your questions below. I'll add notes if I missed anything or if any errors come up. So, and that's how you play Deep Sea Adventure by Oink Games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!